Watch and share Creating Magic with Rotary on Supan Live.
Sawadika. Welcome to Creating Magic with Rotary, a monthly live talk that dives into the inspiring world of Rotary service projects. We are simultaneously streaming on Supan Live, Mojo Club, and Rotary channels in some Southeast Asian countries. My name is Supan Wiboonma, your moderator. Supporting me on the production is Coach Ben from Supan Live Mojo Club. Today, we focus on two remarkable projects that demonstrate the power of targeted action. One, saving children's lives through swimming education, and another, nourishing futures through sustainable agriculture, which is particularly meaningful timing as we're just 3 days past World Environmental Day on June the 5th. A perfect reminder that caring for our planet starts with community action like what we're about to witness. But first, let me introduce you to my talented co-moderator for this episode, Miss Ratchada Thepnava from Khuanlang-Hatyai Rotary Club. Hi, Ratchada.
Hi, Supan. It is always my pleasure to join you as the co-moderator.
Cool. We are honored to have you back again. Now, let me introduce our guests who made these two projects possible. From Patong Beach Rotary Club, Cabbie Rein, Club President.
Sawadika.
And Lineke from Nederpelt, Sustainable Organic Garden and Irrigation Project Lead. And from SAMUI-PHANGAN Rotary Club, Adam Preston, Swim for Life Project Coordinator, and Catrina, Knapp, Swim for Life Project Trainer. Hi, everyone. Sawadika.
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 Pleased to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Before we dive into our conversation, can Ratchada please share with us what makes today's episode especially important?
Absolutely, Supan. It was truly inspiring. Thailand has one of the highest child drowning rates in Asia, with statistics showing it is the number one cause of death for Thai children under 15, claiming over 1,400 young lives annually. Meanwhile, food insecurity affects countless underprivileged children, particularly in rural areas, impacting both their physical development and educational outcomes. What's remarkable about the projects we are featuring today is how our guests address these critical issues while also building life skills, environmental awareness, and community resilience. They represent Rotary at its finest, identifying local needs and implementing practical, sustainable solutions.
Truly remarkable, Ratchada. Let us start then our conversation with Swim for Life project first, which is literally saving children's lives on Got Samui. Adam and Catrina, we are eager to hear your story. Starting first with Adam, what was the initial inspiration for the SAMUI-PHANGAN Rotary Club to start this vital initiative in addition to those alarming statistics Ratchada mentioned?
Sawadika, everyone. Pleased to be here. Well, the alarming statistics Ratchada mentioned were certainly enough to motivate us into action. After all, we Rotarians are all people of action, right? But also, I'd like to say, as expats and Rotarians living in Thailand, I think we share a very common motivation. We love this country. We feel very privileged to live here. And we're always looking for ways that we can make a difference by giving back to the Thai people. So when we saw these statistics, we felt this was an area we could make a big difference, because we're lucky enough to grow up in countries where swimming lessons were easily available. And also, in our own Rotary Club, we're very lucky to have 2 members with a lifetime of experience as swimming teachers, lifeguards, and swim coaches. So that's the main two.
Yeah. Sorry. Please go ahead.
So just finally, I wanted to say another motivation to remember is it's not only the sad loss of children's lives. Unlike some other diseases, drowning is so easy to prevent.
That's a powerful starting point, Adam. Could you please elaborate on how serious of the issue of child drowning is in Thailand, especially in island communities like Samui?
Yes. Well, as far as Thailand in general is concerned, I mean, the seriousness is highlighted by the World Health Organization report that rated Thailand as having the highest rate of child deaths from drowning in Southeast Asia. So that's very sad. But on an island like Samui, we are here surrounded by a beautiful ocean that attracts visitors from around the world. Not surprising, Thai children want to enjoy this as well. But statistics clearly show that children living near bodies of water, like rivers, lakes, or the sea, are at higher risk, with many drownings occurring during recreational activities like playing in the sea without having swimming skills.
Okay, thank you. Knowing the gravity of the problem, Adam, launching such a project must have come with its share of hurdles. What were the biggest challenges you faced in getting this program off the ground?
Well, one of the biggest challenges here on the island is we have no public swimming pool. Hotels have beautiful facilities, but they're not available to school children. So the only way we're able to run this program is with the cooperation of the international community, in particular, the International School of Samui and Super Pro Fitness Club, which both donate their swimming pools free of charge to us on the weekends. And another big challenge, because we're a very small club, just half a dozen members, 12, 15 members, and we're on a very small island here. So raising money is always difficult, especially before a program like this gets underway. Once the program is running and we can show the video and pictures of the children learning in action, then we were able to apply for international funding very successfully.
Yeah. In addition, how has the local community responded to the project? Adam, have you seen any strong engagement and support?
Oh, yes, we've had a lot of fantastic support. The head teachers of local schools allow us to come in and do a presentation to their school. They encourage the students themselves. Some Thai school teachers actually come with their class to help us teach and to supervise the children. And of course, this means them giving up their free time because this program happens on the weekend. Also, of course, the international community gives us our support, as I've just said, with facilities like the pools, also donations of equipment, other funding, use of training facilities for teachers and lifeguards. So all around, it's very strong support from the community for this.
Cool. Adam, still with you. Since the program began, what measurable impact have you observed? Can you share some key results?
Well, we started the program in 2023 in June, so 2 years ago, and we've completed 6 cohorts. The program is running back to back. Each cohort is 3 months because they only learn on the weekend. Each cohort is 50 children. So far we can count 300 children that have learned, at least they've learned survival skills. They've learned the dangers of deep water. Many have learned to swim 25 meters in water too deep to stand up in. We also believe they gained a lot of strength and stamina and self-confidence for the rest of their lives from a program like this.
Cool.
We've also seen some great measure of success in the popularity of the program. When we started, Thai families were quite hesitant to enroll, unsure of what to expect. Now in our second year, and we actually have a waiting list of children wanting to join up the next cohort.
Wow, a wait list already. Very impressive. Yeah. Now, Catrina, turning to you, a member of this small club but with big heart. And as a foreigner, as a foreign trainer working with Thai children, what cultural adaptation did you find necessary to making your teaching approach to connect effectively? Catrina.
I'm very fortunate that I come from Toronto originally, which is a very culturally and socioeconomically diverse city. So personally, these were things I've experienced being an aquatic professional who's worked in this industry her whole life. So we were able to successfully forecast where we were going to see some possible adaptation requirements. So one thing for sure was swimming costumes, ensuring that people had them. This was not a community that has recreational swimming on a regular basis. So having enough costumes we can provide to ensure that that isn't a barrier to somebody participating. And also recognizing that swim attire here may be a little bit more modest in its appearance than in some other places. So ensuring we have a wide range of options for kids to select something that they feel comfortable in. And along with, we provide caps and goggles and all those other swim things that would be needed. Those are things we make sure we have enough of to supply to everyone so that there isn't a barrier for any child to come and participate. Also, I think one of the other obvious would have been the language is clearly very different. We have some children that do speak some English, and we have some children and participants who speak no English. So we have forecasted that, and we have these great teaching charts that are fully bilingual, and they also have pictures. So it's very easy to refer the children. They can read the Thai, the instructors know which chart is the correct one because it also has English. But the beauty of swimming is that you can demonstrate and provide a live demonstration very easily, and children and participants are very quick to mimic exactly what you do. So it's an easy activity to try and teach without needing too much in the way of language, because you can show them and they will do the same that you do. And that's been very successful. Also recognizing all of our facilities are out of doors with limited shade options. So we have to be aware of weather, sun exposure, and things like that for our volunteer community as well as the participants, because it's a long time in the sun, and making sure that we are being sun safe as well as being water safe.
Quite a challenge, isn't it? Now, Catrina, being a passionate trainer, you particularly must have faced some memorable success stories or a moment that deeply touched you from the program. Can you share some of those with us?
There's been quite a few. I mean, there's nothing greater than when a child tries something, or a participant, I say child, but we have some older kids as well, turn to you and look at you, and then with their eyes wide and exclaim, "I did it," because you knew they could, but they didn't know they could. And that's a huge moment when they see that moment to say, "I did this," and it's great. One of my greatest successes is we have one girl who started with me 2 years ago in the very first cohort. She was a very nervous swimmer. She was okay in the shallow end, was really not sure if she was going to like the deep water at all. And she now has been swimming with us for 2 years. She moved beyond our Learn to Swim program and came back for our swim club that we started because of how popular It was, and parents wanting us to continue. And she now actually comes back in the morning and is now training to be a trainer. And she's now helping to teach the younger kids herself, following the same program. And it's fantastic. So she stays with it in swimming for her own sake, but she's enjoying it so much. She's giving back to the next group of kids, and which is sort of our hope.
Ooh, wow. When you talk about ages, how old is the youngest and how old is the most seniors as far as you're concerned?
Age, because of pool depth, height is more of a starting factor than age. So anywhere really between 7 and 8 years old, because they really need to be tall enough to stand on the bottom. So as we know, we could have some 7, but some have to wait a little longer till they're a little taller. And we have some teenagers as well who are like 13, 14, 15. And we're hoping, we've actually reached out now to one of the high schools on the island, and they will be our next group coming in. So it will be a lot of young adults coming in the next group.
And how old is the most senior ones?
Those would be that high school age. Sort of that junior school age. So from like 13 and up.
All right.
Although
when
we
you
now
talk
have
about
some of the parents asking if we are prepared to maybe start offering lessons for some of them, because now their kids can swim without them.
See, that's why I ask. Catrina, when we talk about teaching, what specific swimming skills do you primarily focus, and what's the rationale behind emphasizing those particular skills?
So first and foremost, right off the bat, is when, where, and how to safely exit and enter water. And that gets reinforced every week, so that knowing that just because you came last time and it was safe doesn't mean this time when you come it will be safe. So really reinforcing that, so it becomes something that's a habit anytime they're near water. Our end goal is that the participants can swim a 25-meter distance of breaststroke, and they can safely navigate deep water and return to the side. That's our end goal. So that involves starting right from the beginning with learning how to exhale and breathe bob underwater to do breathing. It's floating, gliding, the stroke itself, as well as learning to be a little disoriented in the water. So picking toys up off the bottom so that you kind of learn how to be, head down in the water. Once all that is mastered in the shallow end, we move along to the deep end and really follow the same sort of plan, because we then do the same floating and gliding and picking things up off the bottom, and we add different entries so that they learn how to enter the water and have a plan how to get back out of the water before they enter. And then once all of that's completed, it's just helping them build that strength and endurance to complete that 25 meters, or in some cases beyond, because they pick it up quickly and they're able to move into some other skills.
When you talk about 25-meter length, how long does it take one course to finish? 3 months, 6 months, or what?
Most people can complete that in one cohort, but as we know, everybody learns at different rates. So the starting point of that swimmer is going to make a difference if they're going to complete it in that first try or not. We have some swimmers that come who are very fearful and very, very reluctant, where we spend several weeks really just getting comfortable, even coming into the pool in the shallow end. Then we have other swimmers who come who they're comfortable in the pool, and they can already be okay in the shallow end. And, in some cases they think they can swim okay, but we're really having to kind of teach them the risk factors involved. And so they tend to progress at a different rate because they started in a different place.
Well, I'm very impressed in that you customize your lesson according to their capability or their skill or experience. Now, how do you ensure the sustainability of the program beyond the initial training phases? What's the long-term vision, Catrina?
Well, as Adam said, we're very fortunate that word has spread far and wide around the island, and we have people that come to us, like the parents now are coming to us. If their school hasn't been involved, can they get involved? Sometimes it's other members of the teaching staff who've heard from fellow teachers at other schools. And so the program we're currently running, really, there isn't an end in sight for how long we can, as long as we have the volunteers and the resources, we can keep going. There's clearly enough demand for the participants. We also had a number of parents who also wanted a what's next. My kids really love swimming. They're not really involved in other activities. Is there a way for them to continue to develop? And that's where Super Pro came in, and they were willing to donate their pool. It is a deep water only pool, so it's only able to be used for swimmers that have been graduated from the Swim for Life program. And those swimmers now come for what we sort of have as a bit of a swim club. And there's a few goals from that we've been working towards. One of the teachers from one school has a group that is training now on their own to hopefully go to the mainland to participate in a school swim meet, which has never happened from any of the schools on Samui before because of the lack of access to a pool. We also teach them some rescue skills and different sorts of pre-lifeguard training skills in the hope that maybe some of these students will really enjoy that and want to go on and become trained as lifeguards. And of course, my hope is also that they will keep loving it and want to come back in the morning and help teach and help facilitate that learn to swim for that next generation of kids that are coming up after them. So keep a circle of the program going.
When you talk about teachers or coach, they are volunteers, right?
Yes, all of our trainers are all volunteers. And the teachers from the school, as Adam said, give up their time, and many of them do come on the weekends as well to help coach. And we are working also with them to try and find ways that we can help these kids who are interested move forward. Where can they go with this? How can we move them into some vocational training? Or how can we help them use this as an opportunity to do their own community service and give back for their own future plans?
Wow. Catrina, finally for the Swim for Life project, what advice would you offer to other Rotary clubs or any other service organization or community organization considering to implement similar water safety programs in their communities?
I think developing a strong partnership with a school facility that has a pool is key, because the schools will typically be free on the weekends because the kids are not there. So their pools are well maintained for their own students. So we get to benefit from that. And most of those pools will also have a shallow end available so that you can have that learn to swim opportunity present. I think seeking, if you have in your community someone who has experience as a swim instructor or a coach from wherever it is in the world. I mean, we all teach swimming the same way. It doesn't matter where we came from. And someone who has that experience so they can help share it with their volunteers is key, because that will help those volunteers become more comfortable in delivering that program if they know there's some support for them as well. And I think also finding some allies within the Thai schools themselves. We were very fortunate that we have a few teachers who are real champions for this program, and they right off the bat, they recognize the importance of this, and they were really helpful and instrumental in us going out. And as Adam said in the beginning, parents were quite nervous. And so the teachers were a trusted member of their community who would help them through, answering questions and helping them overcome their own anxiety about this program they were unsure of. And now it's sort of spread, and the parents themselves have become the advocates to the other new parents. So, but getting those first one or two teachers really help, because they can draw from their own students who they have a relationship with to help get those first group or two off the ground.
Amazing tips. Ratchada, Kun Ratchada, as a Rotary leader yourself and an active onlooker, do you have anything or any particular perspective to add to this Swim for Life project?
Yes, I do. This project exemplifies the commitment and action taken to the community by Rotarians and the alliances through sharing the story of problem solving and positive impact. Meaningful action penetrates into public perception and inspires the others. Together, we create lasting change for a better world. That's mine.
Wow. Amazing. Now, from saving lives, we now shift our focus to cultivating sustainable lives. Cabbie, the Reggae Wave event successfully raised over 209,000 baht. What do you believe were the key factors that made this fundraising event such a success?
Well, first of all, Sawadee Ka, and thank you for this platform to share our successful project with. So what made it so successful? It was a very new concept. It was a well-chosen and a well-thought-out project. We had a lovely venue. We used a local band, Job to Do, who came along and played for us down in Phuket. And we used the network of our Rotarians as well as our sponsors and friends to come together to really do something unique on the island. And we also have very generous sponsors here in Phuket, as well as some very generous Rotarians that made it extremely successful. So it was a unique idea that we came to do.
Cabbie, how does this sustainable garden project align with Rotary's broader mission and its commitment to global sustainable development goals?
The greatest thing about this project, and I'm going to refer to the project as TCDF because it's that stands for the Thai Child Development Foundation, and the project took place at their premises in Ranong, and they align their goals to Sustainable Development Goals with the United Nations as well as Rotaries, and there are two major ones. The first one is the Zero Hunger, SDG 2. And TCDF's objective is to increase the availability of fresh organic product within their community, and with the impact being that they contribute to food sustainability and also as being a reliable source. Now for Rotary, we also have that exact same objective. We try and address hunger, we look at food security and projects. Promoting sustainable agriculture. The other one that we really do align on is quality of education, the Sustainable Development Goal number 4. TCDF, what they're actually doing are they're helping the children, they teach the children and the community how to grow. There's an actual, we'll talk about it a little bit later about the circular curriculum that they have on the program, but it's really those two things, the zero hunger and as well as the education, that we really do align our objectives, both TCDF and Rotary per se.
Oh, very clear. And Cabbie, how did your club identify the Thai Child Development Foundation as the right partner for this project? What made them stand out?
Well, we have some very amazing members in our club, and we have quite a tight-knit Dutch community within our club, some members, and there's a connection to TCDF, and because TCDF has been around for 20 years. They've just celebrated in December their 20th year. November, at end of last year. And their founder, Rus Tigers, was invited as a speaker to come to our club and tell us about the wonderful things that they do. And we were so impressed about their Sustainable Development Goals, as well as their commitment to developing the community. And they also work with other Rotary clubs within Thailand, Royal Hua Hin, as well as Bangkok South. And we wanted to get in on the action. So we asked them for some of their projects that they needed help with. And so it stemmed from a presentation that was at our club. And we grew interest in what they did, and someone went out to have a look at what it was, Lineke as well. And that's how we got involved in looking at supporting this program.
Oh, still with you, Cabbie. How do you measure the success and impact of a project like this, which has both environmental and social dimensions?
So one of the most important things is sustainability, and TCDF really embody that because they have students where they learn, earn, and return to the community. It's really important, and that is one way to measure success. Their 16-acre campus has farms, which has 20 circular learning stations, basically, where students from their community, and they are special needs, they are underprivileged, they are their local community. They come together to learn on this campus. One of the things that I really liked about Russ coming to our club was she calls it Mount Never Rest, because not Mount Everest, but Mount Never Rest, because of all the work that they do there. And it really struck with me that no matter how challenging it is, they still do it. So these stations, they produce goods which are sold to generate sustainable income and ensure the ongoing operation of their projects. And it limits the need to rely on donations. They still need them, but this is telling me that it is a successful project.
Oh, Cabbie is still with you again. The beneficiaries are rewarded, of course. And how about you? What has been the most rewarding aspect of this project for you personally?
There's a lot of things. I'll keep it short, okay? One of the things which was really amazing was working with a truly professional and well-organized foundation. It really makes your job easy. I'm going to be honest with you. There's maximum transparency. The communication is amazing. We get updates and reports regularly with photographs, finances. Everything is extensive. They were so speedy in their delivery of what they promised to do. I was really, really impressed with that. And as an educator, looking at them giving back to the entire community is really important. It's a very important. So for my takeaway is it's kind of like the whole package. We could not ignore them.
Great. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Now, Lineke, as the project lead, could you walk us through the transformation from the garden, from its initial abandoned state to the vibrant space we see today?
Yes, thank you. Well, TCDF suffered terribly from COVID. So they had for 3 years no visitors, no volunteers, and limited income. So with our funds raised, we were able to make their garden viable again. So what we did, or what they did, actually, they repaired and restored all the abandoned and damaged vegetable patches. And we're actually talking about a size of 20 by 50 meters. So it's quite substantial. A large multi-purpose fishing pond was built for raising fish and snails, which serves as an irrigation source. They installed a new sprinkler system to ensure sufficient watering, even solar powered. Actually, in the past, they did it just by hand. So they constructed metal racks for the seedlings. As you've seen also in the pictures already, they installed educational signages on the crops in both languages for the whole property. There were already existing poles, so they were kind of cleaned and rust-proofed and reused. There was existing steel was taken down and also been recycled and prepared for reuse in the new roof frame. And of course, then we have the roof plates itself. So we have seen, I'm not sure if we have pictures of that as well, from the latest pictures of which we received yesterday, actually, because all the roof plates are nearly on. So it's really excellent. So we are only left with the roof cap and the gutters, and we are looking still into a harvesting system, or a rain harvesting system.
Great. I guess the students were actively involved in the day-to-day maintenance and operation of the garden. But beyond just farming skills, what are the life lessons or personal development aspects are students gaining through their involvement in this project?
Yeah, so besides the standard educational skills, they have occupational training, which is a daily part of their curriculum at TCDF. So every day the kids with special needs, they work at the farm, and they do the weeding and the harvesting, the packing and the selling. And besides the farming skills, they also learn they have the entrepreneurial skills. They learn how to market and sell their products. And they learn about sustainability, kind of how to grow vegetables without using pesticides and fertilizers. And also they get a gain of understanding of the nutritional value and the health benefits of the vegetables. And then, as you can see in the signages as well, there's a language component, as the signages are in English and in Thai. And another big advantage, of course, whatever they learn at TCDF, they can take home and they share with their community. So they can extend their learning and benefits to this project.
Amazing. It really sounds very sustainable. What are your next goals now that the cover roof's done? What's the vision for its future growth? What is your next plan?
I'm going to answer that a little bit.
Okay.
Well, one of the things is that we have a really good relationship with TCDF. And one of the benefits of this whole thing that we've done is that it's sustainable. So they really don't need our help with this anymore, okay? But we have such a strong relationship with TCDF that should they have a need in the future, we will be talking to each other. One of the things is we were so impressed with them, but I want to tell you, they were also impressed with us because their founder, their CEO is becoming a member of our club from the 1st of July. So we have this really strong relationship where we believe in what they do and she believes in what we do. And I think that's really important. So in terms of what are our next steps with this project, the sustainability is the important thing. We're handing it over to them. They need to run with this now. But if there's something else, of course, we want to hear from them.
Ratchada, do you have anything to add or any particular perspective to add to this sustainable organic garden project?
Yeah, very interesting. This initiative exemplifies the commitment and effort put forward, not only to help the students develop their skills, but it also enhances them life lessons, how to better serve the community.
Cool. Dear viewers, we have heard about two truly remarkable projects today. To all our guests, how do these projects, Swim for Life and the Sustainable Organic Garden, collectively reflect Rotary's motto of service above self? Perhaps starting first with Adam, Cabbie, and then Catrina and Lineke. Adam?
Hi there. So, yes, service above self. Well, I think our project really is the very embodiment of those words. We are actually ourselves giving our time, giving our service directly to teach the children, as well as organize the program to make it happen. So it's absolutely service with our hands in the water, helping the children and protecting them from drowning. Simple as that.
Wow. Right. Cabbie?
My answer would be that it reflects service above self in the way that we need, as a club, we pay our way forward in the community, to improve the lives of less fortunate in the community. So that's how we would look at this, is paying our way forward for our community.
Paying it forward. Wow. Catrina?
I think both have sort of summed it up, and I agree. It's you're giving back to the place that has been fortunate enough to let us call home, but also trying to provide a venue for us to become obsolete if possible. Like let's get more direct involvement in the community so that perhaps that can continue on without us if we are, at some point unable to continue on, that it will set a framework that can be modeled and carried forward.
Lineke?
Yeah, I would say the empowering of the individuals so they can contribute to their community.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ratchada? Working on such impactful projects inevitably brings unexpected challenges. Could each of you please share one significant unforeseeable challenge you face and how you learn or club managed to overcome it? Starting first with Adam, please.
Always first.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, I think, for us, when we started, we had children who were scared to blow bubbles underwater. We were not expecting them to enjoy swimming so much that by the end of the course, they were asking us for more, wanting to learn more and learn to swim better. So this was a big challenge for us because swimming pools for public use are very hard to come by where we are. So it was a big challenge. We had to not only find the pool, which now attracts 30 to 40 children every week, but to make this happen, we had to get extra funding to buy more equipment for 2 locations and get more helpers involved for supervision.
Great. What about you, Cabbie? Your challenge and how you, your team or club managed to overcome it?
Well, Lineke and I had a chat about this, and I have to be really honest. With this project, it's sort of like our benchmark project. There weren't really deep, major challenges. They were kind of like superficial. I have to be honest with you. The team of which Lineke led was super prepared, super organized, and with a lot of pre-planning. So we wanted to be really our benchmark for future projects. As normal, funding is always an issue. We're never sure before we do the fundraiser how much money we're going to raise, and we don't want to promise TCDF X amount to do whatever. So I think that's always a challenge. And also then once we are into the project, another challenge is to hold back and not want to just keep helping more and more and more. We have other projects that we also do. So whilst I say they're kind of like superficial challenges, this particular project is sort of like a really 5-star project. It's really worked well, and I'm hoping moving forward that we can use the processes and the structures of this project to apply to other projects. It really worked really well. I'm very proud of this project.
Wow. Now, Catrina and Lineke, your challenge and how you overcome it.
I'm agreeing with both. Being that it's a swim program, we forecasted a lot of things that needed to be in place long before the program even started, because you're taking children into water. So there's a lot of safety things that are done ahead of time, and we were prepared for all of that. As Adam said, we weren't really sure how receptive the community was going to be. And that, like Adam said, was the number one, to the point where we have more people wanting in than we have the space in the current pools to put them. We were able to open that graduate program, and we are continuously looking for how we can continue to broaden this program to allow more children, because the pool of children will never end. As some get older, their siblings now become old enough and their family members. So we're seeing, the kids are always growing and getting taller, and then they're eligible to come, and their faces are so happy when they're finally tall enough to come swimming. So for us, it's finding enough people to help facilitate the program and those facilities that they can give to us, so we can keep it going in more areas on the island.
Challenges, distance, yeah.
Lineke?
Yeah,
Anything?
actually, Cabbie said it all already. Kind of minor things, with the materials procurement sometimes, or of course with this project also some weather involved, because the rain started a bit earlier than scheduled. But we are super excited now that the roof is on, and as I mentioned, Cabbie earlier as well, you never know with such a project how much money you raise. So that's why as well we had actually split eventually the project in 2. So first the vegetable garden we want to make viable, but then let's see if we raise enough money to get a roof on it as well. So and luckily we are able to do that. So so that is a big thing.
Yeah.
Great. Ratchada,
Yes.
can you come up with the last question for this segment?
Yeah. What role do international partnerships play in the success and sustainability of your project? How crucial is the global connection? Maybe we can start with Adam, then Cabbie, Catrina, Lineke.
Okay, I do this.
Okay. Well, our program would not be possible without the financial support from around the world. Organizations like the Princess Charlotte of Monaco Foundation provide not only financial support, but also give us confidence and motivation to carry on. Likewise, Rotary clubs and individual Rotary members around the world, we have received donations from Rotary clubs as far afield as USA, Australia, Germany, plus, of course, Rotary's very own Global Water Drowning Safety Prevention Club. So all these people come together as a partnership to make the project possible.
Yeah.
So for us, in terms of international partnerships for this particular project, other than friends of Rotary and of our club flying in from Singapore and around to attend it, this was entirely sponsored locally. We do obviously have other projects where we will have international partners which donate. We have a swim program as well, and we do have people donating to that. But this particular project was funded entirely by locals, for whom we're very grateful. Phuket rocks.
Catrina?
Adam summed it up for ours between the financial support we get, as he mentioned, and as we've previously mentioned, the in-house support on the island from the International School of Samui, from the Super Pro Fitness Center, and the local community. That's what keeps it going. That's what keeps it growing.
Yeah. And Lineke, anything from you?
Yes, we are also starting a global grant to purchase an ambulance for Patong Beach Hospital.
Oh.
And so, and therefore, we need international partners to fund this worthy case. So that's that is quite important. And which is actually a requirement to have international.
And we're going to do another Reggae Waves, the same one that we've just done for this project. We're going to. It was so successful that we're going to have Reggae Waves version 2. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
In October.
So global connection and collaboration enable faster responses to challenges.
For sure.
Back to you, Supan.
Yeah, finally, for our viewers who are inspired by what they've heard today, whether they are Rotarians or not, how can they get involved and support these incredible initiatives? Can I have representative of each project? First, maybe with the Swim for Life.
Pat, do you want to take this one? Oh, you want us both or one person?
Sure. So non-Rotarians are equally as important, both Thai locals as well as visitors to the island. We have a variety of roles as this program has continued to grow and develop, and we've really recruited a lot more of the Thai parents to get involved in a much stronger role with the program itself, and as well as we get many visitors who don't call Thailand home full time, but they come regularly for visits for long periods of time. So we're very grateful when they do come and they want to give their time with us. We can bring them in and use them for the time that they are here. And that has become very instrumental as well, because, you know, some weeks, some people can't make it. And we want to make sure that everyone's got a teacher on the day of swimming lessons. So the more people we have in the water and the more parents we have helping, you know, with deckside and attendance, and sometimes just managing a bunch of really happy kids who are super excited to be there. Sometimes having mom or dad there able to speak to them in Thai is very helpful.
Wow. What about sustainable organic garden and irrigation project? Happy?
I think the most important thing is that anyone can do is please follow us on social media, because you'll learn about all events, not just this event, every event. We are a very social club. We are people of action. We like to do lots of things. Volunteer, come and donate for our worthy causes. Come and attend our monthly dinners. See what we're doing. Get involved with us. You don't have to be a Rotarian to make a difference in your community. Just use us as a platform, though. It's very important.
Great. Great. Ratchada, what about you? Any 2 cents from you before I ask our guests, including you, to leave a key takeaway?
Yeah. The world needs more volunteers. Please come and join us. That's my comments.
Short and sweet. Now, viewers, as we come to the close of today's episode, I'm struck by how both projects embody the Rotary principle of service above self, from teaching children to swim safely to showing them how to grow food sustainably. These initiatives are creating ripple effects that will benefit communities for generations to come. A heartfelt thank you to all our guests from Patong Beach Rotary Club, Cabbie Rein Club President, Lineke van Nederpelt, Sustainable Organic Garden and Irrigation Project Lead, and from SAMUI-PHANGAN Rotary Club, Adam Preston, Swim for Life Project Coordinator, and Catrina Knapp, Swim for Life Project Trainer. And most importantly, my amazing co-moderator, Ratchada Thepnava from Khuanlang-Hatyai Rotary Club, for bringing our wonderful guests to this show and for excellently co-moderating this episode. Before we wrap up, could each of you please share one key takeaway from the project that you'd like our audience to remember?
I would say we're stronger together. Join Rotary and make a difference in your local community.
Volunteering costs you nothing, but it gives everything.
I'll build on that. Empower sustainability in your community by supporting their initiatives.
And I would like to please have a look at TCDF website to see how you can help. Donate either in time or with money. And they need a lot of support, especially actually in healthcare and education.
Ratchada?
Yeah. The world will be a better place if we can prioritize the needs of the others over our own. As we have seen the people of action, they contributed, they dedicated themselves to train the children to survive from drowning and learn to grow food to thrive. There's more to their dedications than meets the eye. So please visit the website of Rotary clubs around the world and join yourself as volunteers. That's mine.
Thank you, our amazing guest and co-moderator. And to our viewers, remember that you don't have to be a Rotarian to support these vital projects, whether through donation, volunteering, or simply sharing information about these initiatives. Everyone can contribute to making the world a safer and more sustainable place for our children. Thank you, dear viewers, for joining us live or tape. Thank you, Coach Ben, for a wonderful live talk production support. Visit us at Facebook, Creating Magic with Rotary, to connect with us for our next episode on Sunday, July 13. And if you are interested in being involved in Rotary service projects or want to know more about Rotary, as Ratchada mentioned, Google search or visit any Rotary club near you, or just visit Rotary website, worldwideweb.rotary.org. World has changed. Watch us at any time, from anywhere, and on any device. See you next time. Goodbye and take care. Goodbye, everybody. สวัสดีค่ะ Bye-bye.